The purpose of this video, excuse me, is to show how to see your feedback on assignments on Canvas. It doesn't matter whether these are preliminary assignments or whether they are final assignments. The way you see the feedback is the same. And this is true across classes. I'm using this video and actually in multiple classes. And I will tell you that if it's a simple assignment or a repeating assignment or an assignment on which you get 100, you may not really get any feedback. It all depends on the specific assignment and the class. But I'm going to show you here by going to the Canvas course shell. All right, so you should be able to see the Canvas course shell here. And for this particular course, it doesn't matter what course, again, you'll do this the same. If you go into the grade book, so here it says grades, and some of mine will actually say marks and still have grades. And for this one, I'm going to scroll down to the assignment that I graded for a test student. And that's the scientific summary report right down here. And what I want to show you, let me blow up the screen here so you can see this just a little bit better. So on this scientific summary report here, you see several things across the screen. You can see up above, discussion board doesn't have anything like that. And the first one here says, click to test a different score. And this is actually a feature where you can put in a score and see how it affects your grade on the assignment. This one actually is a completion assignment, so there's just a check mark here. But for instance, you could actually, and I graded myself, give myself a 111.5 out of 125, but again, it's a completion, so it doesn't show that score. But let's say I want to say 125, and then I can actually go back and see how that affects my grade in the class. And there's no grades actually because I zero, so it doesn't actually affect anything for me here. But you can see how it affects your grade for an entire class, and then you can actually put it back to what it was. Here's the total points for the assignment, and then there's these little icons over here, and these are worth paying attention to. This little exclamation point icon here says grade info. It says this assignment does not count toward the final grade. That's because this was a preliminary assignment. Students submit, I provide feedback. And so this one does not count. If it's an assignment that does count, of course, you don't see that same little exclamation point that you see. So you can see it's missing on some of these others here. So this next one here says, I've made a comment on this assignment. So this is one form of feedback. It's not all of the feedback, but it's one form. So you can click down and it says, it's actually a typo here, please see my comments in the document, and it says when I left that information. So that's a simple comment. Sometimes there's more or less that I leave here, but those are some basic comments. This little icon here is the assignment rubric. So if we show this here, here's the rubric for the assignment. I do not always grade rubrics for preliminary assignments, but definitely I do for final assignments, and you can actually look through and see how you scored in each category and how it applies to the grade. And one important thing you can do is actually make sure that I have a grade in each category, because Canvas sometimes is difficult to tell. And I think I've actually clicked in a category and graded it, and instead the category did not receive a grade, and that actually gives you a 0 in that category. So sometimes it's worthwhile just to make sure that all categories actually have a grade in them. And if not, you can email me and I can take care of that for you. But those are not the only thing in the rubric. I also just want to show you right up top here, so I can show you it's right here. For each category, I can make comments. And I'm not going to do this for every category because especially in large classes, it can get very cumbersome to comment on everything for every student. But here's the comment, be sure to include the title page in your final submission, see the assignment instructions. In fact, I actually meant to mark, this is my mistake, title page missing, because there was no title page in the assignment that I submitted. And so sometimes I leave comments right here. This is I don't leave very many right here, but I may leave a few. But we're not done viewing assignment comments yet. Let's go back up here. Let's do the close rubric. This last little icon here takes you to turn it in and will show you your percent match. The green here usually indicates that you're safe. Yellow indicates a dangerous area, and red indicates you have a lot of matching. And if you're ever concerned, you want to check that, and I'm actually going to do that in another video and show you how to do that. But what I do want to show you, if you come back here and click on the assignment, and you can go to your modules, you can click on the assignment, but when you access that assignment, here is what you're going to see. Here's the copy of the document. Here's the feedback that I gave previously. So it says, please see my comments in the document. So you can see that. You cannot see the rubric here. That's actually seen only, actually right up here, show rubric. So you can see the rubric. You can see everything in this one page. There we go, X out of the rubric so we can see that. But what I want to show you here is if you click this view feedback right here, this is actually where I give most feedback for an assignment. I may make the comments over here. I may have made them in the rubric, but generally most of my comments will be found here. I say generally because of course that's not always true. And if you click view feedback, this isn't the most user-friendly, but you can actually scroll through the document and you can see parts that I've highlighted, and because Canvas is difficult, the highlighting feature does not work well. I don't always use it, but here's an example using that highlighting feature where I highlighted, and here's the comment associated with that. And as you can see, you cannot see the entire document, but what I can do is come down in this lower right-hand corner, if it will let me. I can drag that. I can, oh, it's not letting me stop drag it. There we go, I clicked again and that stopped it. I can also, let's go that. And it's not gonna let me do any more here. But that particular comment, now I've got to figure out what to do to see it. Maybe my zoom is up too high. Oops, I went the wrong direction. Here we go. Now if I drag this over, I can see that entire comment. So associated with this highlighted comment over here, it says abstract. It says an abstract was not required for this assignment. I just uploaded a copy of a proposal. It didn't actually match the assignment instructions, but I made that comment to myself. And again, there we go. Let's drag this down so that we can kind of see the whole thing. Now, and as we continue to scroll down, let me erase these other marks here. You will see other comments that have been made. I will try in the future not to use a light colored pen. Right here you can see one that was made with a yellow. And this is where instead of using the highlight feature, I used the hand draw. That seems to work much better to be able to make the comments. But then again, here is the comment I made in association with that. So use a stronger verb. Over here, I've said, you know, that's okay, except your in-text citations are all supposed to have square brackets. And then you see the purple ones. Those are a darker color, so they're a little bit easier to see. And you can see the again, the comments associated with them. So all the comments on the right. And that's how you can see my comments within a document. And that's how you get your feedback. And I encourage everyone to view that if it's a preliminary assignment, because you can use that information to help improve your final assignment. Or if it is a final assignment, you can use that information to understand why you got the grade you did, but also how you can improve future assignments.